In the last month, there was an Instagram user who won at least 6 contests. Each of these contests were run by large accounts. I think they all had over 100,000 followers, if not more. So she won this diamond necklace. She won this coffee maker. She won a trip for 2 to New York City. Here she won a Chanel flap bag. And she won this giveaway worth $5,000 and this large giveaway worth $5,500. And also this smaller necklace giveaway by Diamonds Direct. I didn't do the math on this, but I am wondering what the statistical odds are of her winning all of these giveaways in a month.
For the sake of example, let's say that Haley's comments account for 10% of all the entries on all of these giveaways, and she's got a 1 in 10 shot at winning each one. This would mean that she would have a 1 in 10 million chance of winning all 7. You would be 10 times more likely to be struck by lightning than to win all 7 of these giveaways. The numbers do not lie. This is not a case of good luck. What I am comfortable saying pretty definitively is that at the very least, these giveaways are not fair. Somebody is gaming the system, I just don't know who. Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of social media and influencer giveaways. Because as with many aspects of social media, things are not always what they seem. There are some shady motives and sketchy tactics going on that I would love to take the opportunity to expose today. This video was inspired by an email I received where somebody just sent me a link to a Reddit thread. They gave no context, no commentary around it. They just emailed me a link. I clicked the link and it took me to a thread on the Influencer Lounge subreddit that said this: Instagram NY Thrift Girl was taken down because she made a reel and she pointed out that the same person was winning all of these influencers giveaways. It was taken down under the Instagram terms of service for bullying. She had to create a new account called NY Thrift Girl 1. How do we report these scammers? Immediately, I knew there was a story here that I wanted to get into, and this led me down a massive rabbit hole of trying to uncover as much as I could, not only about this specific situation, but the dark side of influencer giveaways in general. And what I found was really fascinating, tons of things that not even I knew about before looking into it. And the more I started to learn, the more the world of influencer giveaways started to click for me. But the flip side of that, there were some things I uncovered that left me with more questions than answers. I'll be giving my theories, but I'm also really curious to know if anyone out there watching this knows something. Maybe we can continue a discussion about the different theories in the comments below. We're gonna get into it all, but first a moment for today's sponsor, Hungry Root. Hungry Root is a grocery delivery service that I've been using for over a year now. Unlike other food delivery companies, they've got over 1,000 grocery items and ready-to-eat meals to make grocery shopping and meal planning easier on you. Your orders are 100% customizable, so you can pick and choose exactly what groceries you need for the upcoming week. How I like to do this is I'll get ingredients to make a couple dinners each week, and Hungry Root will send you all of the individual ingredients plus a recipe card on how to put it all together. I'll also get some snacks for my toddler, some snacks for myself, some sweet treats, as well as things for breakfast, and occasionally a pre-made meal or two that I just need to warm up. There are some weeks where I know exactly what I need and I customize every single thing in my Hungry Root box, but there are other weeks where I can't be bothered to think ahead, and so I just let the smart cart system choose my recipes and my snacks for me that week. It pre-fills the cart with things that it knows I will like based on the feedback I've given it, and a lot of the time I'm like, you know what? Cool, sounds good. I don't want to have to think about it. It just shows up at my door on Mondays and it couldn't be easier. The recipes are very simple, quick, and delicious, and you can sort them by things like dietary needs, nutritional value, and cook time. But if there are weeks where you don't really want recipes, you just need groceries to kind of fill in the gaps of your pantry and your fridge, you can totally do that too. And they make skipping a week really easy with just the tap of a button. I've used this a couple times when we're going to be out of town or something. I'm confident that you're going to love Hungry Root as much as I do, and for a limited time you can get 40% off your first box plus a free item in every box for life. You can click the link in the description box below, or you can go to hungryroot.com and use code Hannah. Again, that's 40% off your first box plus a free item of your choice for life at hungryroot.com using code Hannah. Thank you, Hungry Root, for your longtime support of the channel. All right, let's get into it. There's a lot to go over today. Let's start by explaining the basics of influencer giveaways so you know exactly what we're talking about. We've all seen these types of posts on social media before, some big influencer posing with a huge pile of high value items claiming that you can win all of this if you enter their giveaway. And how do you enter the giveaway? I'll put an example over here. The entry terms for all these giveaways, they'll vary slightly, but in general, the influencer hosting the giveaway will usually ask you to, number 1, follow them, number 2, to like this post or hit that little heart icon. And number 3, they'll ask you to leave a comment below the post, usually asking you to tag a friend. Sometimes there will be additional terms where it's like you can get an extra entry if you share this post to your Instagram story, or you can comment multiple times for multiple entries. And what you'll find is that these giveaway posts are massively popular and they have unbelievable engagement numbers on them because they have been spread far and wide with all these people in the comments tagging their friends who tag a friend who tag a friend. For example, one of these giveaways that we're going to focus on and talk about later, it has 104,000 likes, 377,000 comments, and over 20,000 shares. A normal piece of content is not going to rake in this kind of engagement, but you will see it on giveaway posts because they are requiring you to engage with it in order to enter. So needless to say, giveaways are an exceptionally effective way to increase the engagement on an influencer's profile. One of the quickest and easiest ways to get people to follow you and like, comment on, and share your stuff is to bait them in with the chance to win something really high value, like a bundle of really expensive products. Maybe it's a paid for trip. In some cases, it's literally straight up cash. The value of these giveaways are often so enticing that people can't help but like dream a little bit and they want to enter. It's like those Disney Channel sweepstakes that you would see as a kid. Did anybody else harass their parents relentlessly to enter them in to like win a free cruise or whatever it was? I don't know if that was just me, but I was so hooked on those as a kid because the grand prize they're offering is so exciting. It's so enticing that you're like, I have to at least take a shot at this, especially if what I have to do to enter is so easy, like follow somebody, like their post, and comment on it a couple of times. But in the age of influencer marketing, I think it is crucial for viewers to know that these influencer giveaways are not fully selfless. They're not just a way to give back or to show appreciation for their followers. And while that can be a small piece of it, the larger piece is that this is a strategic way for influencers to farm followers and engagement, and there is that self-serving aspect to it. If you wanted to run like a truly selfless giveaway where you get nothing out of it, then you could allow people to enter your giveaway by just sending you a DM or sending you an email or something. This would mean that you're benefiting basically zero from the giveaway. You're not receiving any sort of like public boost in your engagement, like your followers or your comments on the post or whatever. You would just scroll through your private DMs and pick somebody. However, the flaw with this kind of method that I'm sure influencers would argue is that it would be hard to be truly unbiased because DM entries or private messages cannot be plugged into a randomizer website. There are actual websites with software made for picking Instagram giveaway winners specifically. You just copy and paste the URL of this post and then it'll pull all the usernames of every single person who has commented and then it randomly selects one. Wask or Wask, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but this is the most popular free tool that influencers will use for this. So in that sense, I see how influencers could make the argument of like, no, we have to require that people comment for an entry because that's the quickest, easiest, and most fair way to pick a winner through this online randomizer generator thing. So I do give them that. I do feel like maybe commenting is a more required way to enter, but you still don't have to require that they follow you or that they like the post or that they tag a friend or that they share it to their Instagram story, right? Those are all extra things that you're choosing to put into the rules because you get something out of it as the creator. And another self-serving aspect of these giveaways that's really important to recognize is that the influencer may claim the monetary value of the giveaway on their taxes. I'm not a tax professional and this is not tax advice, but it is of my limited understanding that these giveaways can also double as a tax write-off for their business when they classify it as a marketing or business advertising expense. They can say, oh yeah, I put $500 into this giveaway that served as a marketing campaign in essence for my platform where I gained X amount of followers, write that off as a business expense. And then there's potential for this to get a little bit sticky when what they're giving away was PR that they received from brands for free. So there might be some cases where they're just like trying to offload stuff that they have in their house. They didn't really put any thought into this giveaway. They didn't really invest any of their own money into it or whatever. And that's fine, but it could get a little messy if then they're turning around and like claiming the value of the giveaway on their taxes as a write-off too. I'm not claiming that I've seen any proof of this, but it's just something I'm thinking about. Or maybe in some cases there's a brand who is literally paying the influencer to host a giveaway. Like, hey, we're gonna pay you $1,000 to showcase our product on your account and to give it away. And by doing it through the giveaway format, that's a lot of really good publicity for our brand. So all of this to say, there are a lot of monetary ways that influencers benefit from running giveaways as well, beyond just the increased engagement. Sometimes they're literally doing this because it's a tax break or because they're being paid to, which, I guess is not automatically a bad bad thing that the giveaway is benefiting, both the influencer and the recipient of the prize. It's just something to consider when you see influencer giveaways. I see a lot of comments of like, oh, you're being so selfless, or how generous of you, or like you're the best ever for doing such a kind thing for your community. And the influencer likes to claim that, right? That they're doing something selfless, and that is a piece of it, but like I said, that's the smallest piece of it. There are much larger benefits to them for running a giveaway that have nothing to do with being charitable. So that's what I would call like normal giveaways, or the average giveaway that you might see on social media. But then that brings us to loop giveaways. These are taking things a level deeper and are much shadier in my opinion. Because with a classic influencer giveaway, it's often one influencer who is giving away something to their followers, and yes, they might get some increased engagement or some money out of that. Loop giveaways are a lot sneakier. This is where multiple influencers will go in on one giveaway together, and therefore it's required for the participants to follow multiple different accounts in order to enter the giveaway. So this can look a couple different ways. Either the different accounts will be listed in the caption like this, where it's saying follow me plus these other people, or it will look like this, where it'll say head over to this other account that's not mine and follow all of the accounts they're following. And in some cases, it's not just a few people. This can be dozens and dozens of people that you are required to follow in order to enter. In this giveaway put on by influencer Carlin Bates, in order to enter her giveaway, she's asking you to go to this account called Social Stance, and you have to follow the 65 people who follow the Social Stance account. Now, put a pin in Social Stance because I found out some absolute tea about this agency that I will be sharing very soon. But what I need you to understand is that this format of a giveaway, it's called a loop giveaway, and its number one goal is to farm followers. Why on earth are you being asked to follow 65 different people in order to enter this giveaway? Because they've all teamed up together to try and farm followers out of it. This will look like a bigger creator headlining the giveaway. In this case, it was Carlin Bates. She has over 1 million followers. And then it loops in a bunch of smaller creators, those who have less followers. And the smaller creators view this as like an exciting networking opportunity or something, because their name and their account is now included in this list of required people to follow to enter Carlin's giveaway. So the obvious hope for the smaller creators in this situation is like, okay, I'm gonna have my account put out in front of all of these new eyes, and it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm gonna get a ton of new followers because that's a requirement for the giveaway, right? So that's the appeal from a smaller creator standpoint. And here's why I believe entering a loop giveaway is a horrible idea, and why smaller creators should never under any circumstance sign up for one of these. Because the followers you gain out of it are inactive and they're inauthentic. They have no idea who you are. They don't care about your content, and they're not gonna engage with it. And you know what? There's a great chance that when the giveaway is over, they're gonna go boop, unfollow. Like, why wouldn't they, You would get the same result just buying followers where they're all bots, okay? Like, you might as well have just done that instead of bother with the loop giveaway. I believe that participating in a loop giveaway is like a death certificate as a creator, because you're contributing to a gap in the follower to engagement ratio that could really come back to bite you later. If your goal is to be taken seriously as a content creator and to grow your social platforms, do not join a loop giveaway. I think that a lot of people wrongly assume that followers are the most important metric on your social media pages, and that it's that number that gives people credibility, and that could not be further from the truth in my opinion. Your views and your engagement matter so much more, especially in the eyes of new people who are looking to maybe follow you, or in the eyes of brands that are looking to consider you for things like sponsorships or brand partnerships. Who cares if you have 100,000 followers if your content is only getting 10,000 views? All that communicates is that your followers don't really watch your stuff, or that people don't engage with your stuff. And so that begs the question, why? Why are they not engaging? So potential followers are going to pass over you because they don't take you seriously. And then brands are going to pass over you for brand deals because they can tell that you're not connected with the majority of your audience. Getting 10,000 views on a piece of content would come across a lot better if you only had 20,000 followers, right? That's a healthy ratio that indicates that you're posting content of value that people are liking and engaging with. An engaged audience is always more valuable than a large audience. But sadly, smaller creators fall for these kinds of things because they're looking for a way to boost their followers really quickly, and they join loop giveaways thinking that it's going to be beneficial for them, which in actuality, it's detrimental to them. Which then brings me to Social Stance. Remember how I said to put a pin in that? This is where things get juicy. You might be wondering, okay, who facilitates these loop giveaways? Who chooses the headliner? Who picks the smaller creators that are going to be on the list, right? Enter Social Stance. Social Stance, I'm sure, is not the only loop giveaway agency out there, but they are the one that I'm the most familiar with and the one that I have the most insider knowledge on. And that's because they reached out to me once upon a time to participate in one of their loop giveaways. As I was digging around for information on the internet for this video, I saw their name and I was like, wait a minute. I feel like they've reached out to me before. Sure enough, I did a keyword search in my email inbox for Social Stance, and here's what they sent me on August 5th of 2025. The subject line said, "At Hannah Alonso, collaborate with Kay and Tay Dudley. Hey Hannah, you have a great brand. Would you be interested in doing a fun Instagram giveaway with famous family influencers Kay and Tay Dudley at Kay and Tay Official? I think your brand would fit in so well. We have a few spots left. Let me know if you want more info. Best, signed, the Social Stance rep." This email, particularly the subject line, is giving off major scam energy. No wonder I didn't respond to it. And I'm honestly shocked that I didn't delete it, right? Maybe subconsciously I knew like there's something here, like I'm gonna be using this one day. But to prove to you that this email did end up being legit, we can visit the official Social Stance Instagram account and we can see that they really did run a loop giveaway with Kay and Tay, and it launched on August 26th of 2025. So the timeline fits perfectly. They reached out to me to see if I wanted to participate on August 5th, and it went live on August 26th. And side note, when I tried to go to Kay and Tay's account to get like double verification that they did in fact participate in this giveaway, I noticed that they have me blocked. How freaking suspicious is that? I have never included them in a video before. I have never even really heard of them up until this point. Like maybe a video has come up on my scroll at one point or another, but I have never interacted with any of their content in the past. Absolutely zero trace of any kind of connection to them. And for some reason, they felt the need to preemptively block me, which I find very notable and very interesting. And my only reasoning as to why that might be is that they came across me at some point and they saw that I create critical content about influencers. So thank you, Kay and Tay. I take that as a compliment. And I also take that as a sign that you have something going on over there on that account that you don't want me to find out about and that you don't want exposed by me. So I'll likely have to do some digging into that. That's a job for another day. But my investigation into Social Stance did not stop there. I saw in their Instagram bio that it said, "Giftaway coming soon, Sophia Watts is the new headliner that's starting on January 20th. Brands and creators DM us to join." So what did I do? I DM'd them for more info, of course. I said, "Hello, I was contacted by Social Stance back in August via my business email address offering me a spot in the Kay and Tay Dudley giveaway. I didn't participate in that one, but I was wondering if you'd be willing to send me details for the upcoming Sophia Watts giveaway if there are still spots available. Thanks." They responded and said, "Hi, thanks for reaching out. I'd love to send you details on our upcoming giveaway with Sophia Watts. What's a good email to reach you at?" So then I sent them my same public business address. And here's the email they sent me just minutes later. I'm just going to read some of the more important parts, but the whole thing will be shown on the screen if you want to pause it and read it. It says, "Hi Hannah, it's great to hear from you. Let me know if you'd like to hop on a quick call. We're super excited to be partnering with Sophia Watts' 1.4 million followers to host our first giveaway of the year. We're currently finding creators and brands that are interested in joining in on this exclusive marketing opportunity to rapidly grow their brand's social media presence, aka farming followers." Then they list out all the individual things that are going to be included in the giveaway. And then it goes on to say, "We strategically set this campaign to launch on January 20th. Based on the result of our previous campaign and her high engagement right now, we anticipate this is going to be an incredible campaign. On top of the new followers received, there is a bonus entry for email signups, and you will get all of those emails at the end of the giveaway that you can use for your marketing purposes. The cost for this giveaway is $1,800 and is available on a first come, first served basis. This is an exclusive opportunity where we only take on a certain amount of brands for each giveaway. This ensures the success of the giveaway for each brand involved. Since this is a unique opportunity with limited spots, a spot will only be reserved upon receipt of payment. Many of the brands we contact about this opportunity see immense results, and they continue to partake in the following celebrity campaigns after seeing how well their first round performs. If this is something you're interested in, please ask me questions. I can then reserve you a spot in this campaign." So it's a pay-to-play model, $1,800 to be exact. And what you get for your $1,800 is a spot on that list of accounts that people are required to follow if they're going to enter Sophia Watts' giveaway. So like I said before, the misleading appeal of this is like, well, Sophia Watts has 1.4 million followers and she's going to be promoting and advertising this giveaway, and then all of her followers are going to have to follow me in order to enter. And I can see how some smaller creators would think that that's a good thing, even though I've already explained how it's not. And then it's sounding like if you want to have an additional entry into Sophia's giveaway, you can visit the link in the Social Stance bio, and there will be a spot for you to input your email address that will count as an additional entry. And then what happens to all these email addresses is they get passed off to the smaller creators who have bought into the giveaway. This is getting sketchier by the second. So by signing up for this loop giveaway, you're essentially paying $1,800 to access a bunch of new followers as well as a bunch of new email addresses. This is sort of like a bombshell in my eyes. I feel like people would freak out if they knew this. So keep that in mind if you are a follower of one of these big influencers and they're encouraging you to participate in their loop giveaway. The accounts on that list likely paid an obscene amount of money for a spot, and they're just trying to get a new follower out of you. That's the only benefit to them. Which leads me to my next question, which is, where does all of this money go? How many people are signing up for the loop giveaway, and how is their collective buy-in cost being used? So I responded back to the Social Stance email and I said, thanks for sending all of this info. How many spots are there for this giveaway? Additionally, I have a question about what the buy-in fee of $1,800 is for. Does the headliner of the giveaway, in this case Sophia, receive a percentage of the total amount generated from this fee? I've never participated in a giveaway like this before, and I'm trying to learn more about how they work, which is very true, very honest. And to my surprise, they actually responded and answered my questions. They said that for this giveaway, they're going to have between 55 and 70 different brands or accounts on board. They said this is the number we've found that keeps engagement high while also being able to offer affordable buy-in rates. Affordable buy-in? You think $1,800 is affordable? Like, get a grip. The buy-in fee will vary depending on who we have partnered with, but the fee goes towards the partnership and the prize package for the giveaway. So just doing some quick math, let's say that they're going to go with the low end of this range. They're only going to have 55 people who have bought into this campaign or this giveaway or whatever they're calling it. 55 people times $1,800 each is $99,000. This email says that the $99,000 is going to go towards the value of the giveaway, like the actual products that are being given away to somebody, as well as funding their partnership, aka that headlining influencer hosting the giveaway. Looking at their previous giveaways, Social Stance advertises them to be about $10,000 in value each time. So $10,000 is going to go towards the prize package, and the other $89,000 is going towards Sophia Watts. Like, that's how I'm interpreting this email. I'm positive that that $89,000 is not all going to the headlining influencer, because Social Stance is a business and they're definitely keeping a cut of that for themselves. But I feel that this is evidence that these big influencers are financially benefiting massively by hosting these loop giveaways. Agencies like Social Stance are cutting them a check to host them. I don't have any hard numbers on exactly how much Social Stance is paying their headlining influencers, but there was an article written in 2020 covering how influencer and personal trainer Paige Hathaway had admitted that Social Stance paid her, quote, thousands of dollars to host the giveaway. So, you know, thousands of dollars can mean a lot of things. It's a big range. Are we talking $2,000 or $80,000? I don't know. But point being that these kinds of social media giveaways have very little to do with charity or generosity, and they have mostly to do with money, exposure, and self-serving greed. But of course, I guess there's like another way to look at it, that everybody benefits, right? Like the headlining influencer gets paid, she benefits. The smaller creators who join gain followers, they benefit, right? Even though it's not really a benefit, but I'm sure they see it that way. And then somebody who enters the giveaway wins the grand prize, they benefit too. And all of these things are true, and it's not necessarily bad, but I just want to make it clear that these giveaways are not as charitable as they seem. And in the past, there's been some speculation about who exactly wins these kinds of giveaways. Some believe that nobody wins them. It's all one big marketing campaign, follower farm, influencers never actually deliver on the promise of providing a prize to a winner. Or some believe that the winners are selected in advance and that the prize goes to somebody that the influencer already knows, and it's sort of like an inside job. Or there are some other theories that are a bit more obscure that have come to light as a result of something that has happened recently. And this brings me back to the very first thing I showed you in this video, where there's this Reddit thread exposing how the same person won several different giveaways during the 2025 holiday season. Influencer giveaways blow up during the holidays. It appears that people enter into them at a higher rate than they do at any other time of the year. I think there's many reasonable explanations for this, that people are feeling financially stretched during the holidays. When you're just dumping money into gifts and things like that, it could feel refreshing or exciting to enter into this giveaway that's like such a high value and get something back for yourself or whatever. And we're already just in this like high consumption mindset around the holidays. I could see how you would go, oh my gosh, this influencer is giving away a Louis Vuitton bag and a new iPhone and a Dyson Airwrap and hundreds of dollars in beauty products. I'm gonna enter into it. 'Tis the season, like holiday magic be on my side, right? During a time where we are being encouraged to spend, and we are just bleeding money, it's exciting to think about the possibility of winning something really high value, right? So tons of influencers do giveaways in the last few months of the year. It's very effective for all of the ulterior motives that we've already talked about. But somebody by the username of NY Thrift Girl started to notice that the same Instagram profile was being tagged over and over and over again in several different giveaways going on during the holiday season. And as I said before, one conspiracy theory is that influencers never actually give a prize away at all, and it's all for show to drum up some engagement on their account. So what influencers have started doing to kind of combat that theory is they have started tagging the winner in the post. Let's say the giveaway goes live on December 1st and they're like, okay, it closes on the 12th and that's when the winner will be announced. Then they'll go back into the caption of that post on the 12th when it closes, and they will update it at the top to say the winner is at so-and-so, so that everybody who entered the giveaway can publicly see who received the prize. And this generally works to kind of quell the suspicions that these giveaways are totally fake, right? You can click on these people's profiles, you can feel better about the fact that they're probably a real person. And sometimes the winners will even post an update on their own account when they receive the prize, like, here, look, it came, it was legit. But what happens when the same person is being tagged in not one, not two, not three, but 7 different giveaways within a 2-month time span? There is absolutely something fishy going on here, and I do not like it. This winner went by the name of Haley Phillips at the time of these giveaways. She has since changed her name. We'll get there. But I'll show you screenshot proof of the 7 different giveaways that she supposedly won. On November 7th, an influencer under the name of the Broadmoor House did a giveaway for a diamond necklace, and later she tagged Haley Phillips as the winner. On November 13th, an account called Well Traveled Child did a giveaway for a 2-night hotel stay in a New York City hotel. Haley Phillips was tagged the winner. November 16th, the business account for the brand Imperial Cabinets gave away a Breville espresso machine that Haley apparently won. And this is another weird layer to this. Haley isn't just winning influencer giveaways, she's also winning giveaways from brands and companies too. Next was a company called Diamonds Direct that gave away a citrine necklace on November 19th, and they tagged Haley as the winner. Back to influencers, Allie Hunter did a big giveaway of a bunch of different high value items on November 26th. Haley won. Influencer Danny Austin did a giveaway on September 17th worth $5,000 of product. Surprise, surprise, Haley won. And finally, the 7th and final giveaway that I know about was from a page called Hawkeye Vintage, who gave away multiple different items individually, and Haley was tagged as winning a Chanel purse. I need to express how statistically impossible it is for this have to occurred legitimately. There are hundreds of thousands of comments on these giveaway posts, which means there are hundreds of thousands of entries. As I showed you earlier, Danny Austin's giveaway had 377,000 comments on it. So you're telling me that the same girl who already won 6 different giveaways this season also won this one? Absolutely not. Let's put this in really simple terms. Let's say that Haley entered all 7 giveaways and she had a 1 in 10 chance of winning each one of them, which is being exceptionally generous. The odds are much lower than this. Haley would have had to comment like tens of thousands of times for this to be the case. But for the sake of example, let's say that Haley's comments account for 10% of all the entries on all of these giveaways, and she's got a 1 in 10 shot at winning each one. This would mean that she would have a 1 in 10 million chance of winning all 7. To put this into perspective, you have about a 1 in 1 million chance of being struck by lightning, so Haley winning all 7 of these giveaways is 10 times more unlikely than that. And remember, this is a generous analogy. Her chances are realistically much, much lower than that, like 1 in some odd trillion of winning all 7 organically and authentically. I need to make it so clear that this is not a case of exceptional luck. We need to rule that out. Don't come in the comments and be like, well, maybe she just got super lucky. No, cut it out. Use your brain, do some math. The numbers do not lie. This is not a case of good luck. There is absolutely a scam or a scheme going on here, but I don't know who is at fault. What I do have are several theories that I'm going to throw out there, and I would encourage you to leave your theories in the comments below too. But first, let me just lay out all the facts of this situation. I spent a whole week trying to talk to people, message people, figure out what's going on, but let me just lay out the facts first, okay? Haley Phillips is listed as the winner of 7 different giveaways within a 2-month time span. 3 of those giveaways were from companies, 4 of those giveaways were from influencers. Now, this creator, NY Thrift Girl, learned about this suspicious giveaway winner situation because people were talking about it on Reddit. She saw a Reddit thread and was like, hey, people need to know about this. I'm gonna make an Instagram reel about it. She found the situation odd, and so she made this really short video expressing her concerns and her suspicions. And actually, I have this video for you. It was taken down off of Instagram, but I found it on TikTok, so here's that.
Hey everybody. Something was brought to my attention and I wanted to share with everyone and hear what your thoughts were about it. In the last month, there was an Instagram user who won at least 6 contests. Each of these contests were run by large accounts. I think they all had over 100,000 followers, if not more. So she won this diamond necklace. She won this coffee maker. She won a trip for 2 to New York City. Here she won a Chanel flap bag. And she won this giveaway worth $5,000 and this large giveaway worth $5,500. And also this smaller necklace giveaway by Diamonds Direct. I didn't do the math on this, but I am wondering what the statistical odds are of her winning all these giveaways in a month. Note she has since changed her Instagram name, so please don't try to find her and harass her. I would love for her to buy me a lotto ticket though. Tell me your thoughts in the comments.
I needed you to see that video so that you can see for yourself how mild it was, right? Her commentary, very tame. She's just providing screenshot proof and being like, hey, this is kind of weird, don't you think? Leave your comments down below. She never even explicitly verbalized Haley's new username or her old username. She never tagged her in the video or anything. Like, there's a couple split seconds where she moves her head out of the frame and you can see Haley's username listed there, but NY Thrift Girl did not call attention to that in her video. And she even explicitly said, hey, this girl changed her username. Please don't try and find her. Please don't harass her. She literally said that, okay? Just note that. That becomes relevant. But I will also take this opportunity to say for myself, please do not involve yourself in this. Do not reach out to Haley. I do not condone harassment of any kind. I don't condone people going over there and dogpiling on her and making assumptions about her and sending her horrible messages. That's not what this is about at all. I only am sharing her username because it's quite literally the crux of this entire situation that the same exact username was tagged on all these different giveaways. Like, I can't prove that to you without showing it to you. It's a necessity for this video. But I show you NY Thrift Girl's short clip so that you can see firsthand how matter-of-fact that was, how tame it was, because that makes what happened next seem very incriminating. After NY Thrift Girl posted this video to Instagram, Haley's account, plus a second account claiming to be Haley's brother-in-law for some reason, they both reached out to NY Thrift Girl claiming, no, Haley really was the rightful winner of all of these giveaways. It was totally legitimate. She was the rightful and honest winner. And now, as a result of NY Thrift Girl's video, she's getting all this harassment and she has, been wrongfully exposed and she's angry about it. So to deal with this, Haley changed her username. It's now The Daily Haley. She also changes her profile picture and she makes her entire account private. And so once I learned that Haley changed her username, I kept trying to find it and I couldn't. And you know why that is? Because Haley has me blocked. Why would she have me blocked? Why? Why, Haley? Why you have me blocked? At first, I thought she had just deactivated her entire account as a result of this ordeal, but I had learned that I could still see her new username, her account, from an incognito page and from my husband's account. But I can't see it from my personal account, so that means that she's got me blocked. Now, why would that be? Why is there another case here of somebody preemptively blocking me when I've had zero contact with them prior? Similar to what I said earlier about Kay and Tay, like, I've never even known of you before this moment. She had me blocked before this was even emailed to me or the situation ever came on my radar. I don't know who you are, but you're trying to hide from me. So what does that say? That's guilty behavior. And my only hint as to how she knew to block me was because somebody on Reddit suggested that this story get sent to me to cover in a video, just like I'm doing right now. And maybe she's lurking on Reddit, seeing what people are saying about the situation, and she saw my name and was like, oh no, people are, suggesting Hannah to expose me. I just need to block her ahead of time. She probably hadn't heard of me before, but she blocked me just to get ahead of it, right? But it absolutely adds to the suspicion for me. You don't block somebody that you have never interacted with unless you have something to hide from them that you don't want exposed. exposed. And the last known fact here that really adds to the suspicion is that the morning after NY Thrift Girl posted that Instagram reel discussing how suspicious all of this was, her entire Instagram account was taken down. And the reason given to her by Meta was that her account was reported for bullying and harassment. As you saw, absolutely nothing about NY Thrift Girl's video constituted bullying or harassment. And she even verbalized, quote, "Please don't try and find her and harass her." She was actively encouraging people to not make a big deal of this and to not reach out to Hailey herself. So tell me why her account was reported for bullying and harassment and why it was successful at being taken down for such. In drawing the most likely conclusion for myself, it seems that Hailey and this brother-in-law character and whoever else is involved in this scheme set out to mass report NY Thrift Girl's account so that evidence of that video of Hailey being exposed would be gone forever. I also heard, but I do not have proof of, that the brother-in-law was also showing up in these Reddit threads where the situation was being discussed. I'm guessing he was, defending Hailey or something in that capacity, and then he later deleted his Reddit account and his Reddit comments. Again, really suspicious activity. Why are you jumping into the conversation, removing yourself from the conversation? So those are the things that I know to be true, that Hailey was named the winner in 7 different giveaways, that she was then called out for it, and then she did some really shady stuff after that, like change her username, she changed her account to private, she blocked me for some reason. And mysteriously, the very next day after this creator exposed her on Instagram, that creator's entire account is gone because it was reported for bullying and harassment. I don't know where exactly the truth lies, but I do know that something suspicious is going on here, and I did my best to get to the bottom of it, so let's go through my investigation steps and my theories. I began my investigation by seeing if there were any connections between these different giveaway hosts. I was wondering, are any of these people relatives? Do any of these 4 influencers own any of these 3 companies? Are they all being managed by the same management company or the same giveaway agency? And one small connection I found was that 3 out of the 4 influencers all live in Texas, but I'm not really sure that that's relevant or if that's just a coincidence. But a stronger connection I found was that Allie Hunter and Danny Austin are friends, real life friends. Here they are pictured together in a Thanksgiving post from 2 months ago and at a Christmas party from 1 month ago. So what are the odds, really, that 2 real life friends host 2 huge giveaways within 1 month of each other and they both have the same winner? I don't buy that this was a coincidence at all, especially when Danny's giveaway had 377,000 entries and Allie's had 195,000 entries. And Allie announced the winner of her giveaway before Danny did. So it's not like it just coincidentally happened on the same day they both happened to announce the same winner or something. It's reasonable to assume that maybe Danny knew that Allie chose Hailey as the winner, and therefore there's some connection to Danny also choosing Hailey as her winner too. But Danny tried to address this in her comments, and she's basically denying any involvement in anything sketchy going on. She said, "Hi guys, it's come to my attention that the giveaway winner has won other giveaways before." Okay, but it's not just that she's won other giveaways before, she won your friend's giveaway 2 weeks ago, plus 5 others this month too. It's not like Hailey won 1 giveaway 5 years ago, right? This is a lot of winnings within a short amount of time. But Danny continues on to say that she uses a randomizer website to choose a winner. It counts all the entries and it randomly chooses one. Each tag is an entry, so commenting multiple times does increase your chances. After a winner is selected, I check their profile and their DMs to make sure they followed the rules and that they've never won any of my giveaways before. Using a randomizer is the most fair way that I've found to do this. The winner has since changed her account name due to the threats she's received, which makes me really sad. Please remember there's a real person on the other side of the screen. Let's be kind. After I saw this, I figured, okay, well, if Danny is willing to address this publicly, maybe the other 6 giveaway hosts would also be willing to give me their insight and what happened for them. So what I did is I reached out to all 7 giveaway hosts privately on Instagram DMs, and I said, "Hello, my name is Hannah. I make commentary videos on YouTube about different topics related to social media and influencer culture. I'm working on a video right now about the world of influencer giveaways, and in my research, I learned that there were several social media giveaways conducted in November and December of 2025 in which the same Instagram account was tagged as the winner, Hailey Phillips. I noticed that a giveaway featured on your account was included in this. I'm reaching out to ask if you could please share how the winners were chosen and verified for eligibility for your giveaway. Any insight regarding who is behind the Hailey Phillips account or how it came to be that this person was listed as the winner across multiple giveaways would be very helpful. Thanks for your time." Here is proof that I sent the same message to all 7 giveaway hosts and only one of them got back to me. This person did give me permission to share screenshots screenshots of our messages back and forth under the condition that she be kept anonymous, as well as the brand that she partnered with for her giveaway. So I am going to respect that. But she got back to me almost immediately, and here's what she had to say. Hi Hannah, I saw that Reddit post and I had commented on it. I ran that giveaway and had asked the brand if they wanted to select the winner or if I should. They told me that I could select the winner, so I used a random winner selector, WASC, like we talked about earlier. And I put in the criteria of 2 comments minimum, or 2 entries minimum. She was randomly selected, and I checked to make sure that she was following myself and the brand, and then I contacted her to let her know that she had won. I believe her account is still active, but her account name has changed. I responded back and I said, thank you so much for your insight. What I find very interesting is that Haley has me preemptively blocked. I just started looking into this situation today, and I've had 0 contact with her before, but I can't find the Daily Haley page when I'm looking from this account. But I can see it from an incognito account and from my husband's account. Very strange for sure. Thanks for sharing what you know. And to that she said, that is super weird. I agree. Do you know the other accounts that she won giveaways from? I saw the list of things that she had won, but I never knew who else ran the giveaways. I love this community, and giving back is something I care deeply about. I would never fake a winner or mislead anyone, so I'm curious what's going on. She seemed super happy to win. There weren't any red flags or anything. Then this influencer sent me 2 different screenshots of her direct communications with Haley announcing to her that she had won. So this is the first screenshot that the influencer provided to me. You can see that she's messaging directly with Haley Phillips, who had then changed her account name to The Daily Haley. It shows that Haley had tagged the influencer in 2 of her Instagram stories, presumably to get extra entries into this giveaway. She tagged them once on the 18th and once on the 20th of November. Then when this influencer had selected the winner, she made a post on her Instagram story saying, congrats Haley, you're the winner. To which Haley then responded saying, you're kidding, I'm so excited, I can't believe that. Yeah, we can't either, girl. I've always wanted this prize. And then I had to redact some parts of these messages because it gives away what the prize was and therefore who the influencer is that's contacting me. But she responds back saying, congrats girl, thanks for entering. Can you send your email? So that they can, follow up on making sure she gets the prize. I think that these screenshots and this exchange is important to show you because my first impression of this whole situation, and something that I think a lot of people have been speculating about online, is that Haley's account is a fake account. Like it's a bot, it's a front, it's just being used to make the public believe that somebody won these giveaways, but actually nobody's winning these giveaways because it's a fake account and Haley just doesn't exist, period. And I feel like after talking with this influencer, I believe that theory less. You can see here that Haley's account is active enough to be sharing the giveaway on her story multiple times, responding to the influencer when she was tagged as the winner. Then this Haley account plus a second account are messaging NY Thrift Girl expressing their displeasure of her video where they get exposed, right? And she's also presumed to be behind the mass reporting of NY Thrift Girl's account and getting it taken down. And notably, this influencer that I was talking to confirmed to me that the email Haley provided her to claim her prize was reflective of the name on her Instagram account. And to the influencer, this didn't set off any suspicions. This looked like a legitimate email that matched up to the person who won the prize, right? And she did provide me a screenshot of that email as well, but I'm not going to be showing it here for obvious reasons. All of that to say, maybe bots these days are more advanced than I realize, but these all feel like very human interactions to me. They're giving off human vibes, and I'm not immediately compelled to just write off Haley's account as being fake, being a bot. But sadly, none of the other giveaway hosts messaged me back. I'm sure that my message just got lost in their DM somewhere. So I don't know what everyone else is claiming about this situation. So the information I'm left with is all I know is we have 2 different influencers, one who claimed publicly and one who claimed privately to me that their winner, Haley, was selected completely at random using an online randomizer. If we're going with this, if we're believing that that is true, then this leads me to feel like there's something fishy going on with Haley's accounts. Maybe the influencers or the giveaway hosts are not colluding, but maybe Haley is cheating. If she truly was chosen at random these 2 times out of hundreds of thousands of entries, then that must mean that she entered herself enough times to significantly increase her chances. I'm imagining she would have to comment on these things like thousands, if not tens of thousands of times. It's said in the rules for all 7 of these giveaways that you must comment tagging a friend in order to enter, that every tag is an additional entry. So how many times can you physically, using your own 2 hands, reasonably tag somebody and comment them on a post like this within a minute, let's say? I tested this for myself and it took me about 3 seconds to tag somebody and comment it. So that's roughly 20 tags per minute. By a rough estimate, I feel like to reach 1,000 tags or 1,000 entries into these giveaways, you would have to sit there on your phone tagging people continuously without stopping for about an hour straight. Is it feasible that somebody might do that? Maybe. maybe if they had a lot of time on their hands and a lot of determination to win, but even still, 1,000 entries is like an hour's worth of work. That's only going to increase your chances a teeny tiny bit when we're talking about 300 and something thousand entries. In order to increase your odds to a level in which 7 different randomizers just so happen to select you, that's because you would have to spend hours upon hours, days upon days, typing and tagging people and submitting comments, which I just don't see any human actually doing, but they might be able to do that if they used automation or a bot to help them. I personally don't believe that the Haley account is a bot. I think it's more likely that Haley is a real person who is entering these giveaways at a rate that no human possibly could because she's using the help of a bot that is designed to mass comment on posts. And in saying that, even though all of these giveaway terms specify that you have to tag somebody in order to enter, that's not really the case, because when you plug this into a randomizer website like Wask, there is no filter on there to just filter out the comments in which people have tagged someone else. Randomizers like Wask are just scanning for comments, period. They don't care what the comment contains. So what people will do to cheat the system and make the process faster to submit as many comments as possible is they will just comment an emoji over and over and over again. Because at the end of the day, if the influencer is just plugging this into a randomizer website, that website doesn't differentiate between the comments with tags and the comments with emojis. They count the same. This is a flaw in the social media giveaway system. It's not an even playing field. There are people who are going to play it fairly and they're going to comment their 3 best friends and they're going to submit 3 entries, right? And then there's other people who know how to cheat the system and they're just going to sit there and comment hundreds of emojis instead. All of that to say, I think it is way more feasible that there is some sort of like automation or bot going on here, because you can tell a bot to comment an emoji. You can't necessarily tell them to tag certain people, I believe. What do I know? I'm just going off of what I think sounds more reasonable. Another more fringe theory is that all of these giveaways are connected in some way that I wasn't personally able to figure out, but maybe they're all being managed by the same agency like Social Stance. I'm not saying Social Stance is specifically involved in this, but their existence proves to us that there are agencies out there who coordinate social media giveaways. So maybe it's not far-fetched to just wonder if there's a different agency that's coordinating all 7 of these, and they pre-selected a winner in advance or an account that is sort of in on the whole thing, and they just told all the brands and influencers who to list in their caption as the winner. Because after all, the larger goal of these giveaways is to farm engagement and followers, not to actually give out a prize. So maybe these influencers and these brands never intended to give any of this stuff away, and they're just within this same group who are being instructed to tag a specific winner so that it looks like they're giving it away to a real person, but Haley's actually in on the whole thing. I have no evidence of this whatsoever. I'm just throwing that out as another theory. And I feel like if you're watching this, you're probably feeling like the theory that makes the most sense is that there are people out there who just chronically enter giveaways. It's like a hobby of theirs, and they have automation to help them increase their chances, and they cheat and they win these things unfairly. And I agree that that theory makes the most logical sense, like surface level. But as I said earlier, even if you had a 10% chance to win all of these giveaways, you would only have a 1 in 10 million chance of winning all 7. You would be 10 times more likely to be struck by lightning than to win all 7 of these giveaways, even with really, really increased chances with a lot of entries. So when you consider like the odds of this, just the cold hard facts, the numbers, it's even less plausible that this is an honest person genuinely winning these things, even if they're cheating. And one more thing for consideration too that I find is relevant, but I'm not sure how. I was digging around on Reddit trying to find more information about this situation with Haley when I stumbled on a thread from 6 months ago that was not about this situation, but it was about something nearly identical that already happened once before. This was posted in the Internet Drama subreddit, and the original poster said that she had been entering a lot of giveaways lately, just like as a hobby, and she started saving all of these posts so that she could go back and see when the winner was announced to see if she could win one of them. But what she noticed instead was that the same person with the username Joys of This Life won 13 giveaways, and somebody else named Kelsey Tay won 5 giveaways. And even more interesting, Joys of This Life and Kelsey Tay were listed as the winners on the same giveaway together. When I saw this felt like confirmation to me that this is a pattern of behavior, that these giveaways are rigged somehow. I don't know the exact answer, I don't know who to blame, but something about it is not right. Haley is not the first person to be listed the winner in multiple giveaways in a very short amount of time. We now have 3 different different examples, 3 different accounts attached to this kind of behavior, and I believe it's just statistically impossible that they won genuinely. I think I've made that clear by this point. So that leads me to believe that there is some higher scheme going on here that I don't have all the details on, and I hate that I don't have all the details on them. I wish I knew. What I am comfortable saying pretty definitively is that at the very least, these giveaways are not fair. Somebody is gaming the system, I just don't know who. I don't know if the influencers are to blame, I don't know if the winners are being sneaky and they're cheating, or if there's some agency involved that's puppeteering the entire thing. I'm not singling anybody out here, I'm not placing blame on anyone in particular, I'm just naming the theories that I think are the most plausible. And of course, I would love to hear your theories as well, because I'm sure there are things that I haven't thought about. I wish so badly that I could just wrap it up in a nice neat bow for you and that I had all the answers, but unfortunately I don't. And that's everything I have to share with you in this video today. And I have to reiterate, please, please, please do not contact anybody that I've mentioned in this video. I shared a lot of people's usernames because they were like essential to keeping all the characters in line in this story, right? And I know that it sounds like I'm throwing out a lot of accusations and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I don't know what the truth is, and I'm not placing blame anywhere specific. Feel free to use the comment section below to share your thoughts and your theories, but please do not reach out to the people involved. And one more thing that I do want to leave you with is that I'm not asserting that all giveaways on the internet are fake or that they're all shady. I think that they can be done well, especially if it's an influencer just running a giveaway by themselves, giving away things that they personally purchased to their followers, and they're requiring that you do very minimal things in order to enter. If they're just asking you to comment below and not necessarily to like follow them or share it or tag other people or whatever, I would consider that to be like as genuine as you could get with it. I understand that there are certain things that you have to ask of people in order to enter these giveaways, but sometimes you just be asking for too much and it's becoming a little sketchy. So I'm not saying that all giveaways on the internet are fake or they're rigged. What I'm saying is that I hope that you've learned some things in this video that make you side-eye these giveaways and really consider if they are worth wasting your time entering into. That's everything for today's video. I can't wait to hear what you think about it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next one real soon.